God will turn your story around, and the people who mocked you will crawl back to ask who your God is because they would want to serve Him too. The grace is always obvious in the way you see believers live their lives. Once you let God handle everything, your life becomes very simple, and things that usually stress you out no longer stress you out again. Cry to God that you are dependent on Him and Him alone. When you become dependent on other people, they would disappoint you. No human is perfect. We are all in this frantic race to attain perfection, but God is a God of perfection. Everything God does is with precision, as He already knows everything that has happened and the things that will happen. So putting your hopes in God is a nice idea, so you can be sure He would never disappoint you. He would show you the way and guide you. It doesn't matter the time you call upon God, He is ready to respond. The duration for everyone is just different because God waits for the right time to manifest His blessings. Calling upon God makes you a true believer. You involve God in everything you do. God will answer you and show you the way. Putting your trust in God is crucial as it takes a big burden off of you. If you trust in God, every other thing will fall in place. Sometimes God uses these problems to test us, and we fail. There is no problem that is above God's power to solve, but He might just decide to use these problems to test our faith in Him. God is perfect and He knows what He is doing at all times. Most times we have no idea He is fixing the problems already. We lose faith in Him and just give up. Most of the time, God doesn't just solve the problems. Instead, He gives us the right tools to be in a correct state of mind to be able to solve these problems. God has a way of making you feel your power is bigger than your problems. This life is full of different problems in different stages. Life gives so many problems that we are expected to overcome at some point. Problems will change your life. You can let it defeat you or let it develop you. The outcome of these problems depends on how you respond. Most people don't see how God uses these problems to elevate us to the next level. They react foolishly and end up making their problems bigger. God has been so faithful to you, and He is ready to lead you through the way He has paved for you. God will fight your battles and make sure everything is all right. Make sure you are steadfast in your prayer to God. Let Him know that you trust Him. Let Him take control of all the matters in your life. This act of praying would be the right step towards strengthening your relationship with God. God will start to regard you as His followers. God never leaves His followers. He always comes to help them whenever they need Him. God is a master planner, and He already has everything planned in our lives. All our problems are already solved as long as we commit them all into His hands. God has His will for us in His life. God instructed us to always pray whenever we have problems. God will never leave our side after He has promised to be there for us. The mistake we make is that we act as if we are all alone. God is always with us and He will make everything easy. Believe your problems are over. Trust in God, for He is the only one that can make your dreams come true. God is interested in helping us solve our problems and keep His promise to man. God is moving you to a bigger place. He is moving you to a greater height. He would not let you fail. He will support you all the way through. He would execute His plans for you. He would reward you for trusting Him, even when things aren't going right. God wants you to have faith in Him all the time. As He has done it before, He is doing it again, and He will continue to come through for you forever. Our weak moments can catch us at different stages, but the common factor is that it leaves one vulnerable, and if care is not taken, the devil can capitalize on these moments. Yours may be that you have become a sort of liability to your family and friends, and they treat you as such. It may be getting to you, and the temptation to do whatever it takes to become self-reliant is beginning to mount on you. This is a moment of weakness and can otherwise be described as a trying period in your life. No matter who you turn to for help, nothing seems to be forthcoming, but you should know that this is the nature of man. When you put your trust in man, you will be disappointed because even the best of men is subject to error and can fail you. But great is the joy of one whose trust and hope is in the Lord. The Lord shall make a way for you, even in your weakest moments. He will make doors open for you. Just when you think it is over, you will see things turning around in your favor. David is one man in the Bible that the Lord helped so mightily. David was running and hiding from one cave to another because King Saul was after his life. But one very phenomenal thing about David is that he loved and feared God. When he is super excited, he dances and praises the Lord. When he is in his weakest moments, he still calls upon the Lord, and throughout his life, God always came through. God always strengthened him and made way for him, even through those difficult moments. The Bible said, all that were depressed and frustrated went to him, and he became their leader, such that his army became like the army of the Lord. He had to himself 30 mighty men who would give up their lives for him. David earned the title, a man after God's heart. If God could do it for David, then he can do it for you. He has done it for others. And he is still in the business of making way for anyone, even in their weakest moments. Yours is not an exception. He will make way for you. He will strengthen you at your weakest moments. And you are coming out strong and in triumph. God does not leave his children helpless. He carries them and covers them with his wings to ensure that they do not become prey to the wicked one. You might be weak, but God is strong. Depend on him. Trust him to see you through. Maybe it looks as though your life is not moving forward. You are so discouraged that you find it difficult to pray because, in your opinion, God has forsaken you. But God is a way maker. He is ever ready to make a way even in your weakest moment that you feel all hope is dashed. God will come through for you and grant you speed and accuracy in that which you are doing. If your situation seems dead, God can and will restore it. Are you struggling with one thing that is making you cry secretly? Things that you find difficult to share, even the closest person to you. It is nothing to be ashamed of, because even the strongest of men go through these periods. While you might not be able to draw strength from within, remember that God is an ever-present help in time of trouble. Even in your weakest moment, He will make a way. He already sent out the invitation to you that you should come to Him if you are labored and heavy laden. He will give you rest. What are you waiting for?